There are secrets within a family where sometimes you are forced to choose between silence and breaking everything apart. I am standing on that line, between fake peace and an ever-persistent conscience. When my brother-in-law reveals his true face through a shameless message, I know I can no longer turn a blind eye. But what will happen if the person I love most begs me to stay silent? Is family worth sacrificing the truth and personal integrity? In this context, a relationship that has lasted nearly a decade, with 2 children and countless ups and downs, suddenly becomes both a meaningful foundation and a pressure that makes decisions more difficult than ever. This couple has gone through shaky times, moments of disagreement, and challenges together, only to find that after all, their affection and bond are even stronger. Not only are they life partners, but they are also teammates in life, parents to 2 children, and each other's emotional support through every setback. That strength is built on trust, sharing, and a love so great that it helps them overcome past hurts. However, within what seemed to be a solid relationship, there exists a major unresolved conflict. The issue does not stem from familiar matters like finances, children, or daily disagreements, but from a third party, the brother-in-law, who has disrupted this family relationship in ways no one would have wanted. Though he only appears fleetingly at gatherings, holidays, or birthdays, his presence is enough to make the atmosphere tense. What is called outward harmony is merely a mask to hide the suffocating tension and stress underneath. For a long time, both of them were aware of the unpleasant nature of the brother-in-law. Even when the first signs appeared through a few messages, his girlfriend chose to ignore it because it wasn't serious enough to make a big deal of. But when the boundaries were blatantly crossed, everything that seemed fine began to crack. And from that point on, this simmering conflict became the thorn in what once seemed like an unbreakable relationship. No matter how strong the love between them is, the external conflicts turn out to be the biggest challenge they face. The tension starts to build when a message from the brother-in-law appears, making the family atmosphere increasingly strained. It's just a simple message, but it carries implications that cross the boundaries of respect. "You should come see me in a swimsuit." A statement not only lacking respect but also giving a chilling sense of the sender's lack of awareness. This action not only invades privacy but also raises doubts about the brother-in-law's true nature. When clear signs of his inappropriate behavior surface, the discomfort grows even more. But instead of confronting and dealing with the situation clearly, there's unnecessary silence from his girlfriend. She chooses to protect her family, protect her sister, and avoid any tense confrontations. Her reasoning is simple: she fears everything will become chaotic if the truth is revealed. The sisterly bond will be threatened, and it could destroy all the years of love, family ties, and mutual support they've built. So, even though the absurdity of the brother-in-law's actions cannot be ignored, the partner has to stand between the choice of staying silent or facing injustice. Both sides have their reasons, and every decision comes with a price. One side values peace within the family, while the other feels that silence means turning a blind eye to wrongdoing. As the next family gatherings approach, the tension becomes even more apparent. There's no escaping the unease of meeting the brother-in-law, someone who has long damaged the trust and security of the entire family. Birthday parties or holiday gatherings slowly turn into an ordeal, where everyone has to pretend that everything is fine. But in reality, it's the complete opposite. The resentment and dissatisfaction toward him simmer inside, making it incredibly difficult to engage with others in the family. His presence makes the family atmosphere suffocating, and sometimes, even a single word or glance is enough to make everything collapse. Although the tension grows more apparent, the question remains unanswered: should one face the truth, knowing it will break an important part of the family relationship? As things become increasingly uncomfortable, the decision to avoid attending family gatherings such as birthday parties or holidays seems to become a way to avoid confrontation. Especially after having had previous small but emotionally charged arguments about the brother-in-law's actions. Confronting him directly only seems to make things worse. Every family gathering brings a sense of unease, turning occasions that should be joyful into a burden. It's undeniable that every time the brother-in-law is seen, anger wells up. Not only has he violated basic respect within the family, but he has also soured the atmosphere, making everyone feel uncomfortable. Rationally, it's clear to everyone that his behavior is unacceptable. However, the heart doesn't easily overlook these complex emotions. The partner, who always wants to protect family bonds, finds herself in a difficult position. She must not only maintain her relationship with her sister but also keep peace within the family. But contrary to the silence her girlfriend desires, the internal frustration grows, making it harder to continue bearing it. There are moments when one cannot turn a blind eye, no matter how hard they try, no matter how much the partner tries to advise. The trust in the family and respect for love have been violated. Particularly, when allegations of abuse from the brother-in-law's past come to light, confusion only increases. Even with the changes in the adopted daughter's testimony, what happened cannot be easily forgotten. This information not only wounds everyone but also causes trust to be severely fractured. And as the truth becomes even more clouded, staying silent becomes harder than ever. Every choice, whether silence or facing the truth, brings consequences that are unpredictable. While the family relationship seemed stable, there's a crack that can no longer be ignored. Is it possible to protect love, family bonds, and maintain peace without confronting this uncomfortable truth? The more one tries to stay silent, the more it feels like the truth is rising, threatening to shatter the outer layers of peacefulness. A relationship that has lasted for 9 years, built on love, now faces its greatest challenge. The difficult decisions reveal a deep conflict. One side wants to protect peace within the family, avoiding unnecessary conflict. The other cannot overlook the brother-in-law's immoral behavior, which, even after being blocked and deleted from contacts, still leaves a significant sense of frustration. Silence, though seemingly the easiest choice, cannot soothe the increasingly growing negative feelings. Every time the brother-in-law appears at family gatherings, the tension and discomfort rise sharply. It's a confrontation not just with him, but also with oneself. Can one continue to stay silent and pretend nothing has happened? Or will they have to face the truth and take decisive action? The sense of division within one's own family, between love for a partner and respect for her sister, seems to become harder to bear. When the story of the brother-in-law's past abuse allegations is brought up again, the frustration intensifies, no matter how the situation ultimately unfolds. It's undeniable that doubt and concern about him have deeply affected everyone's feelings. Even though the girlfriend's sister has sided with her husband, this does not diminish the dissatisfaction in everyone's heart. The accusations have been retracted, but the discomfort toward him cannot easily disappear. Once trust is shaken, the good things that once existed in the family become fragile and easily broken. In this situation, staying silent is not just a choice, but a significant trade-off. It feels as though one is living in a shell, where everything seems stable on the outside but is filled with immense tension inside. The family relationship may continue, but it can never be the same again, because the truth has forced everyone to ask themselves whether they can continue facing each other without confronting these uncomfortable emotions. When every choice feels difficult, a big question arises: can the family relationship continue without facing the truth? The sense of division becomes more and more apparent as love for the partner and respect for her sister start to clash intensely. One side wants to protect family bonds, hoping to maintain harmony within the family. The other feels they cannot overlook the unacceptable behavior of the brother-in-law. Silence seems to be the only way to maintain peace. But is it possible to live forever with the unease and suffocation inside? Although their relationship has lasted almost a decade, this cannot erase the feeling of betrayal when the brother-in-law's actions are exposed. Trust is something that is difficult to build but easily shattered. The provocative messages, the harsh words, and especially the past allegations about his inappropriate behavior complicate everything. Staying silent as a way to protect the family only increases the conflict. The feeling of being unable to endure any longer becomes an invisible pressure, weighing heavily on everyone in the family. This becomes even more difficult when the partner repeatedly asserts that facing the truth will only make things worse, possibly ruining the sisterly relationship. The family bond is an important connection, and the partner doesn't want to hurt it. However, the big question remains unanswered. Is it possible to continue living in pretense that everything is fine? Or is it necessary to confront the truth, even knowing that it could change everything? Silence gradually becomes a burden. Each time meeting the brother-in-law, unease and anger rise again. This is not just about him, but an inner battle between protecting the family and standing up for respect and fairness. The feeling of being torn within one's own family, unable to fully share true emotions, makes everything seem impossible to continue as before. It's a difficult choice, but the truth, though painful, might be the only way to break free from this ongoing tension.